very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much. You know, I probably ought to look at my collar, actually, before I go on TV. I felt silly. Which one is that? That looks better. Thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate that. Hello, folks. This is Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Friday, October 17th. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is our weekly Take the Points show. It's just me tonight, as you see. Well, Lucas is down in Carmi working. Jamie is in meetings all day long. And Wheeze is... well, he couldn't come up because he's cooking a birthday dinner for his lovely wife, Sarah. So happy birthday, Sarah. Hope you enjoy the ribeyes, apparently, that Wheeze promised he was cooking. Ribeyes, as well as pate foie gras, some escargot, maybe twice baked potatoes. I think that's what he said. You may not get all that, but that'd be cool if you did. But thank y'all for joining us here today on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's talk about what's going on in and around your community. First up, let's see, can I get it on the picture here? Let's see. Well, there's that poster right there in the middle. Can't reach over there. That's the poster for Jimmy Fortune, God and Country. Says there's 7:30 Friday night, October 17th. That's over in Mount Carmel at the Brubeck Arts Center, the Wabash Valley College of Mount Carmel. Of course, we had our good friend our good friend Dennis Stromat here talking about Jimmy Fortune, the Statler brothers. Jimmy Fortune. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to hear the Statlers. We talked about it. Have you heard the Statler brothers do the Seven Nation Army? It's phenomenal. It's just incredible. But yeah, that's tonight at the Brubeck Center over in Mount Carmel. Plenty of other things going on tonight and tomorrow throughout the weekend. A big weekend here in late October, October 17th. A blood drive up at Oblong is set for today. It's actually already started. Started at 8:30 this morning, but it's going to run until 2:30 this afternoon. This is sponsored by the National Honor Society. Give them a call at 800 Red Cross to make an appointment, or you can go to redcrossblood.org, and that way they'll set you up for an appointment. You can also save up to 15 minutes when you donate using Rapid Pass. That's the easiest way to go about it. By donating at this blood drive, you're helping one or more graduating seniors earn a scholarship. So that's really cool. Helping out the kids. That's good, clean fun right there. And all presenting donors will receive a Red Cross T-shirt while supplies last. So you're going to need to get there in time to get the T-shirt. Up in Effingham tonight. Couple of things going on tonight in Effingham. The VFW Auxiliary throwing a big old meal. That's at 2304 South Veterans Drive in Effingham. Of course, they do this every week or two. An outstanding meal always. Butterfly pork chops tonight, along with mashed potatoes and gravy, a vegetable, and dessert as well, coffee, tea, or lemonade. That's the thing. Throw them extra money because they are not charging nearly enough for this. It's only $8 put on by the VFW Auxiliary. Yeah, help them out. They're not charging you enough. You need to charge more than that. I'll tell you who's going to charge plenty. Up at the Effingham Performance Center tonight. It is Adam Wainwright live in concert. Yes, that Adam Wainwright. He, the veteran St. Louis Cardinal, three-time All-Star, and Wainwright earned a reputation for his clutch performances, especially in postseason play, where he played a pivotal role in the Cardinals' 06 and 11 World Series victories. Actually, was he? I don't think he pitched much in 11. But beyond his on-field success, Wainwright is recognized for his leadership and his philanthropy. Looking toward the future, Wainwright has signed with Fox Sports to be a color commentator, but he's also a big old singer. Does an outstanding job, writes his own country and western hits, and with the guidance and musical contributions of Grammy Award-winning producer and songwriter Gary Baker. He his debut record is coming out this spring, so get a chance to watch Adam Wainwright. That sounds like a lot of fun. What else going on over the weekend? How about Saturday? The Sims Halloween Carnival set for Saturday evening, 4:30 to 8 o'clock in Sims, Illinois, at the Sims Community Center. The menu will include chili, vegetable soup, or a hot dog meal. Get all three. That'd be all right. Kids' games will be from 5 to 6 p.m. Costume judging starts at 6 with a cakewalk and a raffle to follow. You can't go wrong with a cakewalk. That's just good, clean fun right there. Everyone is invited. And if everyone shows up, they're going to need more soup. Friends of the Library Fall Sale. Fall sale. This is over in Centralia at the Centralia Regional Library there in Library Park from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning until noon tomorrow for just $8. Fill a bag provided by the Friends of the Library with books, magazines, DVDs, puzzles, and more. Join the Friends of the Library to gain admission early at 9 a.m. as it's only $15 a year to be a member of the Centralia Regional Library Friends. So that's cool. It's held upstairs at the Munkin Activity Room, accessible either by elevator or stairs. How about a little bit closer to Louisville here? In Iuka, all you can eat fish fry at the Iuka Park today. It's $15 for a meal from 11 a.m. to 5 o'clock. Go there twice. Have two meals. You can't go wrong. Meal includes fish, hush puppies, and two sides, as well as a drink. Your side options include a choice of potato salad, beans, slaw, or more hush puppies. Not a bad way to go. Dine in or carry out. Over in Centralia, the Centralia Community Youth Association putting on tonight a NAACP banquet. The guest speaker will be Dr. Shelby Haywood Kegler. For more information, contact Julius Flagg at 618-533-6737. That'll be a very informative, enjoyable evening, I'm sure. Over in Salem tonight. There's just got a ton of stuff going on here on Saturday night. This is Saturday night, pardon me. Saturday night from 4:30 to 7:30, the Grace United Methodist Church. That's at 116 East Schwartz Street in Salem. That's their chili cook-off and bake sale. That sounds like a good combination. $10 for chili, drink, and dessert. Pay an extra $5. You'll get a Judge hot dogs available. You'll get to Judge. What? Pay an extra $5 and I guess you get a vote. There you go. Hot dogs will be available for kids, and that is, again, the Grace United Methodist Church, UWIF, chili cook-off and bake sale. How about over in Louisville? Right here in Louisville on Saturday night. It is the Dan Hecht 17th Annual Youth Quail and Pheasant Hunt. You're invited to join them. It goes from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. as it'll be free for youth from ages 10 to 16. Check-in begins at 9 a.m. Hunting starts at 9:30, continuing until 4 p.m. Food and other refreshments will be provided. Of course, this is at the Dan Hecht Farm. It is now recognized as a hunting preserve on Riffle Road near Iola. So take Route 45 to Riffle Road, follow the signs. Be easy to find, no problem. A banner raffle as well. So there you go. That'll be a good time. What else going on Saturday? I've got more. I've got plenty more on Saturday. Tailgates and trunks and tractor treat. That'll be at in Watson, Family Harvest event. It's the Family Harvest Fair, sponsored by the County Line Sodbusters. Kids can go from tailgate to tailgate to tailgate to tailgate, trunk to trunk, tractor to tractor. There you go. For sweet treats, costumes are not required. I'm shocked by that. You got to have the costume, don't you? I mean, if it's a Halloween event, don't you have to have the costume? That's what just cracks my craw right there. Whenever the kids come up to the house, actually, it's more like the 7th or 8th grade kids coming up to the house. They're not wearing anything, and they just basically have a hoodie or something and say trick or treat. And you give them candy, I guess, so you don't get egged, I suppose. But yeah, put a costume on. Have a little pride if you're going to go out and get some trick-or-treating. For crying out loud. Grinds my gears. Grr. At Watson, the Watson Civic Center Halloween bash, in addition to that tailgate trunks tractor treat, free will donations, they're going to have caramel apple slices, popcorn, chili, soup, hot dogs, hot chocolate, hot apple cider, crafts, and games. That's going to be at the Watson Civic Center. Up in Effingham, Friday night at the Effingham Performance Center, it was Adam Wainwright. Saturday night, the Hocus Pocus interactive movie. It's $20 for all seats. It starts at 7 o'clock. A fun and frightful adventure is in store as the Sanderson sisters are awakened on Halloween night. I must admit, I've never seen Hocus Pocus. I know that there are people who swear by it, think it's just a wonderful movie, a great thing. No idea. I'm certain it's great. I hope y'all have fun. But enjoy it. That'll be a good time. Also, wait a minute. How can that be? They both be. Oh, I put one from Sunday on here, didn't I? May as well mention it. Sunday at the Effingham Performance Center. I've got them 2 nights in a row. May as well go 3. Amy Grant. That's a talk about your differences. Friday night, Adam Wainwright, former Major League pitcher, country and western. Saturday night, the Witches, whatever that movie is, Hocus Pocus, and then Sunday, Amy Grant. Wonder if Vince Gill will show up. That'd be pretty cool. Her career spans more than 40 years. What else is going on this weekend, folks? Oh, by the way, also, I'll get to it in a little bit about when it comes to the football. It's the homecoming parade in Fairfield, Friday afternoon, starting at 2:30. I'll be driving around a golf cart, throwing out some candy and stuff. Enjoy. Hope to see you there. What else going on, folks? This is National Pasta Day. Today, get your forks ready. October 17th is National Pasta Day, a glorious excuse to carb load and celebrate one of the world's most beloved foods. As National Pasta Day has arrived, look at all those different kinds of pasta. I have no idea what most of those would be called. Why limit the fun? The entire month of October is also National Pasta Month, giving you 31 days to twirl, slurp, savor every delicious shape and sauce available. While folks find noodles all over the world, pasta is a type of noodle of traditional Italian cuisine. The first references to pasta, how far back do you think the first references to pasta in Italian are? When did Marco Polo go to China? He brought some pasta back. He brought spaghetti back from China, but this was actually it might have been right around the time of Polo, or thereabouts. 1174 AD are the first references to pasta in Sicily, and first found in English in 1874. People, I guess, didn't do all that much traveling to Italy and learn what their culture was. I don't know. There's some good-looking pasta shells, and let's see, I think that curly one's like the rotini. And I couldn't tell you what they have little stars down there. That's pretty cool. Plenty of types of pasta. Dried and fresh pasta come in several shapes and varieties. So many kinds of pasta. 310 specific kinds of pasta identified by over 1,300 names. So in Italy, names of specific pasta shapes or types vary with locale. For instance, cavatelli is known by 28 different names depending on the region and the town. How about that? Enjoy pasta today. What else going on this weekend? Tomorrow. This one I can get behind. I like this one. October 18th, National Chocolate Cupcake Day. That falls on the 18th this year. Prepare your sweet tooth for Chocolate Cupcake Day. This day celebrates that perfect single-serving delight, a rich, moist, chocolatey cake crowned with a heavenly dollop of frosting. It's an irresistible treat that satisfies both the chocolate and cake lovers in one perfect package. Concept of the cupcake can be traced back to when? Actually, first cupcakes were around 1796 when Amelia Simmons included recipe notation for a cake to be baked in a small cups in her book, American Cookery. So all the way back to 1796, and the term cupcake itself didn't actually appear until 1828. You are learning so many new things today about cupcakes and chocolate cupcakes. A rich devil's food cupcake is those do look like a devil's food cupcakes. There are several different kinds of chocolate cupcakes you can enjoy today. Some different ways to enjoy it. Bake a batch of simple chocolate cupcakes and set up a decorating bar. I don't think those guys did a whole lot of different decorations on those. What are those things? Are those like covered raspberries or something on top of that? I don't know what those are. I like that one. I can get behind this one, as well as the third Saturday in October. Well, I'm not going to show you the pictures of it, I guess. Third Saturday in October is National Whole Hog Barbecue Day, celebrated each third Saturday in October. Folks invite you to indulge in one of the South's most revered traditions, the whole hog barbecue. When's the last time you enjoyed a whole hog barbecue? I can remember my first one. I probably only have had been to 4 or 5 in my life, but I do remember my first one. It was a party when I was 18 years old, and one of my friend's parents threw a hog in the ground and cooked it up and brought it out, stuck it on the table underneath newspapers and wax paper, and it was one of those things you just go up and grab a chunk. Oh my gosh. What a way to enjoy whole hog barbecue. Actually, this is kind of started in North Carolina because of North Carolina famous for their barbecue sauce. They have North Carolina is kind of the vinegary barbecue sauce, as opposed to say Kansas City, which is more of the molasses style barbecue sauce, as opposed to Texas, which is more of a hot barbecue sauce. So there are all kinds of different barbecue sauces that make you happy, make you kiss your mom. I mean, heck, there's all kinds of different barbecue sauces for whatever particular taste you like. What do you want to see on television tonight? We've got tons of stuff for you. High school football right here on Channel 100. The CZR Bearcats, Christopher Ziegler Royalton Alvarado Bearcats are facing Fairfield. That'll be at 7 o'clock. It's Fairfield's homecoming. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a sec. Channel 100 for that at 7 o'clock. Major League Baseball tonight, a couple of games if necessary. Game 5 in the Blue Jays and Mariners ALCS at 5:08. Toronto at Seattle. Pitchers, of course, haven't been chosen yet. That's on Fox Sports 1, Channel 366. And Game 4, this one will certainly be played at the NLCS in LA. 7:38 p.m. Braves at Dodgers. Dodgers are throwing Shohei Ohtani that day. Braves got to come up with something. They're in some trouble. NHL hockey tonight. The Blackhawks are on TV on Channel 353. That's the Chicago Sports Network at 7:30 this evening. And finally, a ton of college football for you to enjoy. Louisville's at Miami, number 2 in the country. Miami, that's at 6 o'clock on ESPN, Channel 360. There's doubleheader on ESPN. That's going to be followed up by North Carolina. Bill Belichick's team, yeah, he's having fun, versus Cal. That's out in California at Berkeley, 9:30 our time on ESPN. Also on Fox, regular Fox at 8 or 7 o'clock, Nebraska's at Minnesota. Nebraska's ranked number 25 in the country. And on CBS Sports Network that's Channel 378, San Jose State versus Utah State. All that coming up tonight. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. It's our Take the Points Sports Edition. Back right after these words. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Cats TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that has set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. So I'm having a little difficulty getting my device to work correctly. The sound in my ear thing. So yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me fine. It's Happy Friday. Take the Points edition for you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just me and you and the TV today, and I'm going to give you all kinds of good preview and information for the entire weekend. We're going to talk a little high school football. We're going to talk a little college football, NFL football, baseball. I've got Major League Baseball to talk a little bit about, as well as the college basketball polls came out for the first time this season. But first, let's take a look at football. How about that Black Diamond Conference? Those Flora Wolves did it again. By golly, they knocked off the Fairfield Mules. Flora, look at that. You see that C out to the right side? That means Flora has clinched a playoff bid already with 2 weeks to go as we enter Week 8. This week, the Wolves are in. Now they just have to keep winning to make sure they get a home game and have a chance. They need a little bit of help for to catch Johnson City, but the Wolves have clinched, and they lead Red Hill and Cesar Valier by 1 game each. They leave CZR and Fairfield by 2. What's Flora doing this week? Well, you see they are heading down to Hamilton County. Should be able to pick up a win down there at Hamco. The Foxes have been struggling this season, and the Wolves should be able to get a win down in McLeansboro. We'll have Flora on television next week. when they take on Red Hill. That'll be the final game of the season. Good chance for Red Hill to be 6-2 and Flora to be 7-1. So that is likely a highfalutin, high interest ball game next week. Oh, you say, Bruce, who cares about next week? What are you showing this week? Well, I can tell you that too. As you look back at here, you see the Fairfield Mules at 4-3, and the Christopher Ziegler Royalton Co-op 4-3 as well. Look all the way across there. Pretty kind of similar numbers. Fairfield's points for about 20 points higher than they're plus 25, whereas CZR is negative 13. But I'm not sure who CZR has played so far. Well, I can tell you, though, as here's what Fairfield has played this season. Lost last week to Flora 28-20, and that was a good ball game all the way through. The Mules trying to come off a 2-game losing streak, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They play CZR. Who has CZR played? Well, they've played pretty much all the tough teams on their schedule other than Fairfield. They've already played JC and Flora, lost to both of those, lost to Cesar Valier, beat Red Hill. That's a nice win. As Fairfield, if you're looking for common opponents, there's quite a few there. Fairfield knocked off Red Hill 36-28. CZR knocked off Red Hill 36-28. What's that tell us? Not much, does it? I mean, not really all that much. So the Mules will have their hands full. Mules took Red Hill to overtime before they beat them, and that tells you also next week's Red Hill game at Flora is going to be huge. So yeah, CZR with the closing out on the road, they need to win at least one of those final 2 games to be able to get into the playoffs. They need to be 5-4 to be eligible for the playoffs. So Edwards County is kind of banged up right now. So and the Mules next week will be on the road at Hamilton County. So Hamilton County finishing up the season at both of those. How about the Salem Wildcats? I tell you what. Last week, I was saying, boy, Salem's going to have a tough time staying with Columbia. Salem led the Columbia Eagles all game long. Scored in the first half, did not get their extra point to go, and gave up a touchdown in the fourth quarter to Columbia. Lost to the Eagles 7-6 at Salem. Oh, that's a tough loss for the Wildcats. Chance to pick up their 3rd win of the year. And now they have to head to Freeburg and then to Charleston. So Salem's done at home for the season. And there's what Freeburg's doing. They're heading to Freeburg this weekend as Freeburg comes in on a 3-game winning streak. Their only loss is to Breeze Central. So right now in the Cahokia Conference, it's a 3-way tie at the top, and I believe Columbia and Breeze Central still have to play. So that'll help sort things out for everybody in that conference. Oh, it's a great week for high school football. Again, don't forget, we'll be right here tonight at 7 o'clock kickoff. I'll probably take the air about 6:50. I think Lucas is going to be there with me too. So yeah, we'll take it about 6:50, talking about the homecoming for the Mules. As well at the homecoming parade. I'm going to be in the homecoming parade. Come up, say hi, if you will. If you want. This afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm going to be giving out candy and all kinds of stuff. Not representing Wabash. They didn't ask me. Now that I think about it, I don't think Wabash is going to be there. But I'm on the Fairfield Alumni Association, so that'll be good. Come up, say hi, tell me if you like the show, tell me what you don't like about the show. Be glad to talk to you. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's come back, talk a little college football right after these words. Stick around.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Hello, I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywhite, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. As we talk about the events of the day, the events of the week here in sports. Did you see? Are you a Penn State fan? Were you surprised, if you are a Penn State, that James Franklin got fired? Well, I got to tell you, if you'd have told me 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, that James Franklin wasn't going to be coaching by the middle of October, I'd have said, you're crazy. And he's not. He's out. As the first loss against Oregon 3 weeks ago, that's understandable. That can happen. It was two top 10 teams. That happens. Then the loss at UCLA to a winless UCLA squad, going with a first-time coach, a first-time offensive coordinator calling plays. Apparently, there were something happened on the plane, or something happened somewhere, because he lost the team on the way from UCLA back to Penn State, because then they just last week lost to Northwestern, of all teams, on Saturday. And talk about hitting a wall. This is basically like the crash test dummies hitting a wall and boom. And my gosh, he's gone. He's out the door. Kind of makes me wish Illinois had Penn State on their schedule as opposed to Ohio State, like they played last week. Ohio State's pretty good, aren't they? Did you get a chance to watch that Ohio State-Illinois game? I was there, all right. Big crowd, huge crowd, sold out. It's been sold out all year long. It was a gigantic crowd, festive, fired up. I made the point. I sat there the last minute before kickoff. We sat there through the entire pregame, which is such fun. If you get a chance to go to a college football game anywhere, not just Champaign, but if you get a chance to go to a college football game anywhere, go early and sit in and watch the bands, the pageantry. It's entirely different from pro football. Entirely different from pro football, and actually kind of have a pro football feel at Champaign now, because they have the fires and fireworks and all that kind of stuff. But I made a mental note, and I'm glad I did. I said to myself, take this all in. Look what you're seeing. This is fun. We're all having a good time because we're about to play the best team in the country. And by golly, they are. There's a reason that that Ohio State is still the number one team in the country. They are extremely talented at all positions. And when if the first guy gets hurt and goes out and has to go like adjust his helmet or something, they're bringing in somebody else who's just as good. They are talented and they are deep. And I got to tell you, I feel pretty good about how Illinois played that game. They turned the ball over 3 times, didn't get any turnovers the other direction, and they were still, you can't say they were in the game, but they were relatively close and they almost covered. After giving the ball in the first half, 4 times, inside their own 40-yard line to that vaunted Ohio State offense. The defense just got beat up because of that, and it happens. Ohio State, folks, they are the real deal, and that is why the national championship odds have Ohio State at only 3.5. They twice as good at odds as anybody else. But yeah, Ohio State's still number one in the country. Then you have Miami. All these top 10 teams look like they are playing this weekend as the first byes are pretty much over. Looks like that is the entire top 25 playing this week, right? Yeah, they sure are. So you've got Ohio State at Wisconsin. That is Bucky is struggling up there in north of Illinois. It's a real shame, but all kinds of bad things happening. This could be a tough game for Miami. Could be a tough game at Miami. That's on Friday night. Louisville coming into Miami. Indiana should beat Michigan State pretty handily. Same for Texas A&M. And then you finally get to a one-loss team as Alabama has climbed their way back into the top 6. Then you see Texas Tech. I just don't really know how to take Texas Tech. I just don't know. I haven't seen them play, so I really need to watch. Oregon coming off of the loss to Indiana. How about that? I didn't even mention it. How about those Indiana Hoosiers at number 3 in the country? They beat Oregon last week, and that was a beatdown. Indiana had every reason to shut down against Oregon, especially after the pick six. The pick six in the fourth quarter tied it back up. Indiana said, "We'll see your pick six," and how about a 75-yard drive right down the field? Very impressive Indiana win, maybe the most impressive win by anybody this season. So yeah, then you have Georgia and Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat Georgia last year by 2 touchdowns. You got to figure this year in Georgia, the Bulldogs are going to want a little bit of revenge. And there's another good one, the LSU game at Vanderbilt. I don't have anything on that game. I love Vanderbilt, though, in that game. I just love Vanderbilt at home against LSU. Looking further down the list, you've got BYU and Utah. That is the war. What do they call that? The religious war between BYU and Utah, and then Vandy and LSU again. Missouri's trying to lick their wounds at Auburn. That's a tough call. Me and Missouri, we don't get along. But man, if Missouri wins at Auburn, that's especially the way Auburn maybe having the worst time with officials of any team in the history of college football. They have been jobbed by the officials so many times this year. It's unbelievable. I always thought Illinois got the worst of it. And Illinois does get the worst of it, but Auburn this year is. It's an entirely different level. You see Auburn. That's where Missouri is going to be. Notre Dame hosting USC. That's a big game for both those teams. Notre Dame is into the number 13 and USC at number 20. That'll be Saturday night. Big game. Big game Saturday night. Also, Texas at Kentucky, probably not that big. And Illinois falls out of the top 25. They are down there, the number 26 team, right behind Nebraska, which, the tricky part about this, Illinois falls out after beating USC. USC's number 20. I can understand it. Illinois' got 2 losses, and USC's got 1. So I don't have a real. I heard some people beefing about Illinois being behind USC. I got no problem with that. You play who's on your schedule. Right now, Illinois has only lost to the number 1 and the number 3 team in the country. Well, we got 5 weeks to get back in it. That'll be fine. What are we betting on here? Weeze is taking Purdue over Northwestern. It's at Purdue, and they're getting 3.5 points. So he's going to take Purdue. He's also taking Central Michigan at home against Bowling Green. They're a 5-point underdog. His super dog, he's taking Ole Miss to win at Georgia. The line there, 7.5 points. My super dog, I'm taking Arizona State. Like I said, I don't know to trust Texas Tech yet. I'm taking Arizona State plus 8.5 at Tech or versus Texas Tech. It's at Arizona State. Also, I'm also picking Ole Miss just to win just to cover, plus 7.5 against Georgia. And I'm taking Cal over UNC on Friday night. Cal is a 10-point favorite. They're 10 points better than North Carolina. North Carolina is really, really bad right now. Jamie's got a couple of overs. He's taking Georgia Ole Miss over 54.5, Indiana Michigan State over 52.5, and he's also taking. He's going to need a little help from Michigan State for that. May not need help from Michigan State, but Michigan State ain't scoring. He's also taking Washington over Michigan for his super dog. Washington is plus 6 at Michigan. That's a good pick. And finally, Lucas, he's taking South Carolina plus 5.5 versus Oklahoma as his super dog. He likes Penn State plus 2.5 at Iowa. No way. I disagree entirely and wholeheartedly, Luke. But first time coach, you never know. And he's also taking the under on the LSU Vanderbilt game. So those are the college football. Let's talk pros. When we return, you're watching Big Talk.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey, folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. What'd you like in the NFL this weekend? I tell you what, you know what one learned in the NFL this week is that nobody knows nothing. You have the Giants beating Philadelphia. You've got the Falcons beating the Bills. Everybody that's supposed to, it's just crazy. You know what you learned is you learn gambling is a fool's errand. It's just a fool's errand. You got to be silly to gamble here. Take a look here at the standings. As look who's in first place with a game in hand against Buffalo. The New England Patriots they beat the Bills last week. Bills have lost 2 in a row now, and the Patriots they have the easiest schedule in the league remaining. The New England Patriots. Their offense is a second-year quarterback who had not much else. Ramondre Stevenson, for crying out loud. It's the Patriots. All they do is Mike Vrabel must be the best coach ever. That's maybe why the Tennessee Titans fired him last year or 2 years ago. It's this crazy. Yeah. So you have the Patriots. You have the Steelers. This looks like 2010 or something, right? Instead of 2025 with Aaron Rodgers leading the Steelers. They've won 3 in a row. They are 2 games up on the Bengals, 2.5 games up on the Bengals. And, wow, will anybody catch the Steelers? How about the South? Jaguars and Colts battling it out up at the top there. The Colts just keep scoring. They just keep winning. I play who's ever on their schedule and just keep knocking them out. And knock, knock, knock. Speaking of knock, 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 look who's back. Look who's back. Kansas City Chiefs 3-3. Breathing down the necks of the Chargers and the Broncos. Here's the NFC. Eagles lose. I don't know what to think about the NFC. The Packers have that tie. I just don't know. How the heck do you figure out that NFC North? They're all over 500. Will they all make the playoffs? Who knows? The Bears' nice win over Washington on Monday night, and then you have Tampa. Is that the only thing we know is that Tampa's going to win the South? You know, there's still 10 games to go for all these teams, 10 or 11 games to go, or 11 or 12 games to go. This is week 7. So, yeah, 10 or 11 games to go for all these teams. And then you have the Rams and the Seahawks and 49ers all locked at 4-2. Niners can't put a team together. They're so hurt. And the Seattle Seahawks, how about that Sam Darnold? He is something else. And then the Arizona Cardinals, that's another thing we know, is that Arizona has troubles because quarterback's hurt there. Again, Kyler Murray is hurt. What about the games this week? Shooting this on Wednesday afternoon, haven't had a chance to see the Steelers and Bengals play, but that under 44 seems like a good number for me. That if I was going to bet on that one. And then over in London, you've got the Rams versus Jacksonville. That is at 8:30 in the morning. Do you like the games in England? I think they're pretty cool. I don't mind getting up early on a Sunday morning and watching football, as long as, I'm doing other things at the same time. That's nothing wrong with the football game being on while you're doing other things. I'm okay with that. Going to church, football games, you can go to church, come back during the fourth quarter. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, now I'm not in your house, but yeah, to me that's fine. Then you have also at noon you've got the Eagles and Vikings, Chiefs in a division battle against the Raiders, and the Raiders are just so beat up right now. I'm surprised the Bears are only getting 5.5 against the Saints. The Bears are healthy. They just beat Washington. They're 3-2. Saints are 1-4. Aren't they? Isn't that what the Saints record is. Yeah, the Saints, the Bears are 3-2. The Saints are 1-5, pardon me, and not scoring any points. They've got only scored 111. And in one fewer game, the Bears have 126 score. So you tell me why. That's why these Vegas guys make a lot more money than the rest of us. Here's the rest of Sunday afternoon's lineups. At the noon starts, the Dolphins and Browns. Is that the next guy to get fired? Of course, as we see, the Patriots playing the Titans. Titans already fired their coach this week. Do you think they did that just so that? Just to avoid the embarrassment of him having to talk to the old coach from the Patriots across the sideline? Could be. The Jets and Panthers, I'm kind of surprised the Jets are the Panthers aren't favored by more than one. But the Panthers, I guess I can understand. The Panthers not a very good road team. They play really well at home. Once they can get that going on the road, they might have something. And the Panthers aren't out of the playoff hunt by any means this year. They've in that division, they can do something. You have the Chargers are favored against the 5-1 Colts. Wow. Yeah, that's just something. And then the Giants and Broncos. Broncos favored by a touchdown. Jackson Dart. How soon will the Jackson Dart joy? Will he come crashing down in Denver? I don't know. The rest of the games on Sunday and Monday. There's the Commanders and the Cowboys. I'm really kind of surprised that's that close, but that's because it's a division battle, I guess. The Cardinals are only 6.5-point dog at home against the Packers. Cardinals always play well at home. Cardinals do always play well at home before they find some way to lose. It's a difficult. It would be difficult to watch as a former Cardinal fan. It's very difficult to understand. As a former fan, it's not that difficult to understand. Sunday night, Falcons get football all to themselves again. They've got the best running back in football right now, Bijan Robinson, and they will take on a really severely banged up Niners defense. Niners still favored, though. They're at home. And then you've got the 2 games again on Monday. This is a doubleheader. It's not like that 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock like it was last weekend. This one is 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So you can sit there for 6 hours long on Monday night and watch football. Hey, we don't have any high school games that night either. I can do that. How about that? I'm all for it. So there you go. That's how the NFL looks so far for this week. What are we picking? Well, Weeze is taking the Chiefs. He got them at 11.5 against the Raiders. There's that, and it's moved to 12. Also, the Broncos, he got them at -6.5 against the Giants. That's moved to 7. I'm taking the Dolphins over the Browns. Last stand for the Dolphins. Go Mike McDaniel or Mike McConnell. Whichever. McDaniel's in Seattle and McDowell, whichever one over in Miami. I'm also taking the Panthers. I like the Panthers against the Jets. Jamie's taking the Colts against the Chargers, the Bears against the Saints, and Lucas is taking the Colts Chargers over, and he's taking Denver against the Giants, the fighting Scatterbows. I'll show you the take the points picks here in a minute. Gonna talk a little college basketball and baseball too. Back right after this.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. You're watching the playoffs. I tell you what, it's been some really exciting baseball. Depending on who you like to see win and lose, it's you might be really happy or really unhappy. It's the championship series right now, and like I said, shooting this on Wednesday afternoon, and only one game tonight. That's Game 3 of the NL or the ALCS, and it'll continue through Friday whenever you see this. But here is the current postseason picture. As of today, the road teams won the first 2 games in both of the championship series. So well, not really the favorites, but the better record squads, the Brewers and the Blue Jays, on their heels right now, as the Dodgers are just throwing all kinds of pitching at the Brewers. Brewers are trying to stay up with the Dodgers, but man, that Dodgers starting pitching has been phenomenal. And the Mariners, they just keep hitting the ball. Anything near the plate, they're knocking it out of the park. Mariners are knocking the tar out of the ball, and it's fun to watch. They finally have I finally tend to agree with the odds, with the World Series odds. The Dodgers are playing so well right now, and the Mariners look like they're the only other team with a chance to get in. Blue Jays, you bet $100 you'd win $1,600 if the Blue Jays come back and get in the series and win the series. And the Brewers, it's even bigger than that. So good luck. I'm a Brewers fan for this week, and yeah, that's not working out that well. Hey, did you see the college basketball? The AP polls of college basketball have come out. I'm bringing this out just to show you that in case you're a big Illini fan. How about that? Illinois is in the top 20. Here are the top 14 of the top 20, with Purdue the number 1 team this season. Florida, of course, the defending champs. And then you see at the second half, there's Illinois at number 17. And the others receiving votes down there. Indiana got a vote. How about that? Actually, Indiana, I think, is going to be better than a lot of people think or expect. Here's what our picks look like this week. Write them down, and you see all that red from last week. We were 3-5 in college, 3-5 in the pros, so we needed to pick it up a little bit here. But we did get a couple. Look, we got a couple of different super dogs. I picked Indiana to win up at Oregon. I feel pretty doggone nice about that win, and Lucas had UCLA beating Michigan State. Boy, what has happened to Michigan State? And is UCLA with a new coach for real? Who knows? But yeah, there's our picks for this week. Take them with this big, a gigantic, how big can I get here? This big grain of salt. Can you get that big a grain of salt? They're for entertainment purposes only. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this gorgeous Take the Points edition on Friday. Beautiful Friday. Enjoy homecoming in Fairfield, football wherever you are, and enjoy your weekend. See you later.